Hi guys, it's Becca. So today I just wanted to check in and talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on with me and what my plans are for the rest of the month. So, some of you who know me might know that I've been having some issues with my back recently, and recently I mean the past couple of months. I've been in physical therapy, I've been going to the gym, I've seen several doctors, none of which can tell me exactly what's wrong with my back, but it has been giving me a lot of trouble, and it is one of the main reasons that I recently decided to switch jobs. The job that I did have was just too demanding for my current back issues, and so that's where I'm at with that. I'm still waiting to hear back from some grad schools, so keep our fingers crossed for that one. And as for where we've been since our last video, we've been here. I had a video filmed and I just had so many technical difficulties trying to edit it. We ended up not having the editing software that I'm used to, and so I had to get a new one, and then they wouldn't let me use just the trial and I had to buy it, and it was a whole thing. And by the time I figured it all out and had the video properly edited, it was no longer relevant since the video was a May book haul and it is now July. So instead of uploading that video, I decided just to film a new video and start from where we are now. That being said, it is about halfway through the month of July. I've already read two books this month, and I'm just gonna give you a quick little update on what I'm gonna be reading next, and that's really all I have for today. So, right now I'm reading Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, which I know is a book a lot of people have read and have read multiple times, but this is the first time that I'm reading it. I'm listening to it on Audible, and so far I'm really liking it. I'm about a quarter of the way through right now. By the end of the day I'll probably be halfway through or more than that. But I think the character's voice is really interesting and unique. It's definitely a little more light-hearted than a lot of things that I have been reading recently, but I kind of like that about the book, and I'm excited to read the rest of the series, or listen to it, I guess. The next book I'm going to be reading is 1984. I'm in a book club with one of my best friends that just started, and this is the first book that we decided to read. I know a lot of people read it in high school, but I never got the chance to read it then, so I'm both looking forward to and dreading reading it, because it kind of almost feels like an assignment more than something that I just want to do. I haven't decided whether I'm going to read the physical copy of the book that my family owns or get it on Audible and just listen to it. It might be easier for me to just listen to it because, as I said, it's going to feel like a chore for me to read. I can already feel that. So I'm a little worried about that, but I will be reading it by the end of this month. I also want to get to the second volume of Sweetness and Lightning this month. I read the first one and it was really, really cute. It's not like the most amazing manga I've ever read in my life, but I really liked it, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to reading the next one. And that's probably all I'll have time for this month, since it is about halfway through the month right now, but if I have time, I would really like to get to this book here, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I've heard really, really great things about this trilogy. I never got around to reading it before, but I'm really excited to have purchased this and want to get into it as soon as possible, which is why I'm hoping I can get to it by the end of the month, and if not this month, then I'll definitely be getting to it next month. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this little update book talk type thing, and I'll see you next time. Bye!